I left my Sam McGee hat home, but I'll do the Sam McGee for you right now. And it's a story all about up in the Yukon. Now, picture yourself, if you will. You're up in the Yukon, you're a newcomer there, and you ask the general storekeeper, what's going on? That'll do, thank you. And you ask the storekeeper, what's going on around here? And the storekeeper says, oh, not much, most of the boys hang out around the saloon. Why don't you go on over there? If you get on over to the saloon, why don't you ask them if they know anything about Sam McGee? Okay, I will. And so you go over to the saloon, you're in a raging blizzard, you can hear the honky-tonk piano, you can hear the laughter, and as you open those doors, the saloon is bathed in warm yellow lights, and it's warm, and it's jovial, and it's friendly, and you walk in there, and everybody's playing cards and laughing and dancing around and having a great time, and you say, anybody know anything about Sam McGee? And boom, everything is silent. And everybody's looking at you. What did I say? What did I say? And then after a couple of seconds, everybody very silently, reverently almost, grabs a mug of something cold or a cup of something hot, and they go sit down on cracker barrels and shipping crates and stools, and they look at you for a second, and then everybody turns and looks at this lone, solitary figure who's leaning up against the bar. As he turns around to look at you, you know he's been up there just a little bit too long. There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moils for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that make your blood run cold. The northern lights are seen queer sights. But the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge when I cremated Sam McGee. Now, Sam McGee was from Tennessee where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the South to roam around the pole, nobody knows. He was always cold, and the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell. Though he'd often say, in his homely way, that he'd sooner live in hell. Well, on a Christmas day, we was mushing our way o'er the Dawson Trail. Talkie, you're cold, through the parka's fold, it stabbed like a driven nail. And if our eyes we closed, the lashes froze. Until sometimes we couldn't see. He wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam McGee. And that very night as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed, and the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe, he turns to me, and Cap, says he, I'll cash in this trip I'll guess, and if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request. Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no. And then he said with a sort of a moan, it's the cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled, clean through to the bone. You take me dead? It's my awful dread of the icy grave that pays. So I want you to swear that foul or fair you'll cremate these last remains. Well, Pal's last need is a thing to heed, and I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the crack of dawn. Ooh, he looked ghastly pale. He crouched on the sleigh, and he raved all day of his home in Tennessee. And before nightfall, a corpse is all that was left of Sam McGee. There wasn't the breath in that land of death, and I hurried on, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid that I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. It was lashed to the sleigh, and it seemed to say, you may tax your brawn and brave, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate these last remains. Well, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. In the days to come, though my lips were dumb, in my heart how I cursed that load. And every night by the lone firelight, while the huskies round in a ring howled out their woes to the homeless snows, how I loathed that thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavy and heavier grow. And on I went, Though the dogs was spent and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, but I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to the hateful thing, and he'd hearken with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake Labarge, and a derelict there lay. It was jammed in the ice, but I saw it he tried. She was called the Alice May. And I looked at it, and I thought a bit. And I looked at my frozen chum. And then here, said I with a sudden cry, is my crematorium. Oh! Oh, some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and I lit the boiler fire. And some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped that fuel up higher. Ooh, the flames just soared. That furnace roared. Such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coal, and I stuck in Sam McGee. Then I made a hike. Or didn't like to hear him sizzle so. And the huskies howled, and the heavens scowled, and the wind began to blow. It was icy cold, but the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke in an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I don't know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear. But the stars came out, and they danced about ere again I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked. In the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see for a mile. And he said, "Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and the storm. Since I left Plum Tree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm." Oh, there are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who moil for gold. If the Arctic trails had their secret tale, they'd make your blood run cold. The northern lights, you see, queer sights. But the queerest I ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake Labarge when I cremated Sam.